All right, in this video, I'm gonna break down for you net metering. What is net metering? And then you need to know about the net metering changes that PG&E are making that go into effect on April 15th. So the goal is, if you want to get grandfathered in for 20 years on the current net metering setup, you got to get an application to PG&E by April 13th, which means you have to have your solar contract signed and ready to move forward before that April 13th date. Now, other people might pressure or say, well, you got to have it installed prior to that April 15th. I'm here to tell you, no, it's just that application that you submit to the utility company, and that's done on the front end. And in fact, you'll have extra time for the actual install to be completed. So it's not a mad rush to get your system on your roof installed and operable before April 15th. It's simply just signing a contract commitment that then they're going to submit that design proposal and that application to the utility company right on the front end. So just want to clarify that, make it that there's still an urgency here. We are getting close to this deadline, and so very important. But what I'm going to break down for you first is, one, what is net metering? Two, the difference between net metering 2.0 and net metering 3.0, and then thirdly, I'm really going to break down some cost variations for you so you can see the true impact of waiting and what it could cost you. So let's go ahead and jump into the basics of net metering. All right, so the first question is, what is net metering? So in the most basic terms, is net metering is where the electric company, I got the little power pole, is feeding electricity to your electrical panel on your house. Now on that electrical panel, there's a meter. And so the concept of net metering revolutionized the solar industry at the time that it was presented. And the reason you were able to offer net metering was when the upgrade to these meters happened and they became what's called bidirectional. So that means it can track energy coming in as well as track energy going out. So right now, with no solar system, you're going to feed electrical power into that through that meter and then into your electrical panel that then distributes throughout your house that electrical energy. Well, when you get a solar system, you got a little drawing, right? A little smiley face on the sunshine. There you go. All right, so you're producing that sun. It is sending beautiful, clean solar energy into your home by backfeeding your electric panel. Now, obviously, there's a little more to it than this, but I just want to make this as simple as possible. You're going to be producing solar energy, backfeeding that into your electrical panel, which then is going to distribute it through your house, just like you did when you're receiving energy from the electric grid. But there's going to be a lot of moments where you're overproducing sunshine. You're overproducing solar energy that's more than enough than your house can handle. And then you're going to actually feed that back to the power company. And the power company is going to pay you for that excess energy that you send back to them. And then as the sun sets, you're gonna need power sent back to you in the nighttime as well as early morning, just whenever you're not producing any sun or on a cloudy day. So, but what's happening here is there's almost this equal exchange, that what they're paying you for that excess solar energy you're sending back to them, it about washes out what they're charging you for the energy they send back. So the net delta, if you sized a system to cover 100% of your electrical needs, you're not going to have an electric bill, right? You're going to wipe out that completely. So now, what is the difference between net metering 2.0 and net metering 3.0? Well, first off, let's talk about some dates here. Now, net metering 2.0 been in effect since 2016. Now, net metering 3.0 was just enacted. They voted on it in December of 2022. So they've already passed the resolution. They've already told us the changes that they are making. But they have given us 150 days, or have given everyone 150 days basically to apply for NEM 2.0. So what that means is you have until April 13th to submit an application and be grandfathered in for 20 years under net metering 2.0. That's huge. Now, under net metering 2.0, the electric company is paying you 30 cents per kilowatt hour that you send back to them. So this is your solar production credit. That's what they're buying it back for from you under net metering 2.0. Well, under the new rule, they're only going to pay you 8 cents per kilowatt hour that you send to them. That's a 75% reduction in the bill credit that they're giving you. Huge. So now let's jump real quick, and I'm going to show you just some real life numbers, and how does this equate, and how much this could potentially cost you if you're on the fence and you don't get your application in by April 13th. So let's say you currently have a $500 electric bill with no solar. Well, you install solar, and now you have a $500 offset with solar. So your net bill, $0 with the electric company. Well, under the new net metering rules, this $500 in solar production is now only going to be worth $125. That's what the electric company is going to give you credit for the same amount of solar production that if you were signed up under net metering 2.0 would have earned you a $500 bill credit that month. That now it's only going to give you a $125 credit. So now you still have a bill of $375 with the electric company, and they're only giving you a $125 credit off that $500 bill. Now multiply that over a 12-month period, and annually this is going to cost substantially. This is almost $400 more a month lost that you could have got that extra credit under net metering 2.0. Now, why are they doing this? Well, the quick answer is they have too much solar during the day. There's so many homes in California now that have solar that during the daytime we are producing a lot of solar energy, and they don't have anywhere to store all that excess energy. So it's driving down the cost of the energy during the day, so they're not able to sell it for as much. But then they have these issues in the evening time where everyone needs that electricity, but no one's producing solar. And so now they have a shortfall and they got to make up for that. So they're really forcing people to get battery backups. They want to have decentralized storage systems on your house. So that's basically a battery wall. And so that way you're storing your own energy and calling that energy when you need it later on in the day when the sun goes down. Now, I'm not totally against that. I am all for batteries. I think the concept of decentralizing, being at full control of your energy production is probably the best thing you can ever imagine. Almost like having that compound where you grow your own produce and you got your own eggs and your own, cows and things, right? You're getting your own milk. Like that's a dream, right? To just have your own, self-sufficient ecosystem. Well, that's what you can do with a solar and battery system. So it is an amazing thing. However, that adds cost, the overall system to install batteries. It's not cheap, right? Now, as the technology gets better, as the production gets cheaper, economies of scale, as more and more people are buying these battery systems, it's really going to drive down the cost, like we've seen on solar panels and solar equipment over the last 10 years. Now, but right now, it's a big added cost. So, I'm all for, hey, use the electric company and use them as your storage and your battery backup, and it's going to save you a ton of money on that overall system cost. But once you reach that deadline, then it's not going to make as much sense to just have the solar system without the battery backup. And again, that's their end goal. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're, demotivating us from doing solar, because they, want you to package solar with a battery storage system. So, that breaks everything down for you. Give you a real rough and dirty on the net metering 2.0 versus 3.0 and why it is so critical on the urgency that you understand how much this can potentially cost. If you're in PG&E though, very urgent. You've listened to this, you get your proposals in, look at the system if you're thinking about going solar. And honestly, everyone in our area, we are one of the best solar producing areas in the country if you're in the Tri-County Sacramento area or Northern California. So, it doesn't make sense to not go solar and become energy independent. But take advantage of the net metering 2.0 while you can. Get grandfathered in for 20 years. Hopefully, we can help you and be a part of that transition for you in that journey. Feel free, fill out the form below. 3 simple steps. You're just going to fill out your basic information, your address, and give us that utility bill, and then we're going to be able to get that energy audit together for you and review that with you in less than a day or less than 24-hour turn time on that, and then get you right on track to beat out this deadline for net metering 3.0 changeover. All right, thank you.